Does this win convince you? Are you convinced? Are you swayed? Have you contextualized the win? Yes, we beat Wolves 4-1. We should be happy. Be happy. Receive the dopamine. Absorb it. Let it consume you. That is fine. We should be happy when we win. But let's contextualize the win. Who did we just beat? The worst team in the league. Some people say this team could be the worst Premier League team in history. So, we've just beaten the worst football team in the league by a result that we really should be beating them by. So how do you compartmentalize this? How do you do it? Is it you still got to give the manager credit because he still coached a win against a Wolves team that still could have beaten us? Yes, I agree with that stance. Amram, give the manager give him some credit. Also give the players some credit for turning up. But we must also understand that Wolves are absolutely shocking. The game that I saw today, Wolves couldn't even make 4 or 5 passes. They couldn't even hold the ball for that. They are absolutely an abysmal football club. And in the first half, we were shocking. We couldn't even make 4 or 5 passes. We couldn't. And we could spend the time micro-analysing the game. First half, we weren't good. Cunha was holding the ball a bit too much, trying to dribble past everybody, trying to make a point. He's a Wolves ex-player. He's playing against his ex-club. First half, he wasn't that great. We weren't that great. Mbeumo had bad touches. The manager decided to go with a fluid front three. The only one out of the front three that looked decent in the first half was probably Mount. He was very economical with the ball, Mason Mount, today. And he usually is. The problem with Mason Mount is that he's not flashy. He's not flashy, but he does the basics very well. That's Mason Mount. So we did the fluid front three. Not everyone in the front three was on form in the first half. We dropped Zirkzee. Same midfield too. We started Heaven again, and Heaven looked better. You know, I'm still surprised that Heaven is getting games at centre-back over Lenny Euro. Let me know how you feel about that one. It's very strange. I think Lenny Euro is ahead of Heaven in his development. Why is Heaven starting ahead of Lenny Euro at centre-back? Comment below, guys. Let me know. It's a very strange one. The defending, the back 5, not a problem. Not a problem. Dallo got an assist today. Even though I'm not the greatest fan of Dallo, I am not. He got an assist today. But in the first half, we just couldn't make 4 or 5 passes. We weren't fluid. We were rigid. The football that we played was so basic. We kept losing the ball under silly circumstances. Second half, we were better. But it's to be expected that we score goals, and we know this. We score most of our goals when we have less of the ball. We're a transition side. So it makes sense that in the second half, especially after we scored and made it 2-1, Wolves had to come at us. Wolves had to get out of their low block, push up the pitch. The Wolves back line for a lot of the game, especially in the second half and towards the end of the first half before they scored, the Wolves back line was more or less at the halfway line. And if we just managed to get 2 or 3 passes together, we were through. So many times, all we had to do was make 1 or 2 correct decisions and we were through. That high line that Wolves were playing was absolutely insane. Eventually we won, but we didn't take advantage of the high line as much as we should. We don't play good football, guys. We don't play cohesive football. The players still play football like they're they don't know each other. Like, they don't understand each other. I want to know what type of football the manager is coaching, because it seems like to me the manager teaches us how to play direct football, which is fine. We can play that way, especially when we're counter-attacking. Get the ball vertically, direct. But what happens when we're playing against a low block, when we need to probe and take our time and stretch the teams and stretch the back line and pin a team back and keep the ball and keep moving? We can't play that type of football. We only know how to play football when we have loads of spaces to attack in behind, exactly the way that Wolves played against us. That's how we ideally want most teams to play against us. Wolves played into our hands. Open spaces for Cunha and Mbeumo and the like to run into behind. And Ahmad. Easy. So, where are you? The manager isn't going anywhere. Are you the mindset that the players aren't good enough? Because that's what we hear. The players are still rubbish. They're not good enough. We can't finish in the top 6 with these players. I don't believe that, guys. I think the players, while some of them aren't good enough, and yes, we do need another good summer of ins and outs. But I believe, looking at this Premier League, how inconsistent it is, how rubbish it is. It's a set-piece league. Nobody really is impressing me. And I believe, given that we're the only team in the top 6 that is playing one game a week, the only team, and the manager last season, what did he say to us? It will benefit us not being in those competitions and having more time on the training ground. That's how we gaslit most of you guys. Now that we have more time on the training ground, we don't really look better. Some of you guys are already saying that Cunha is a flop. Some of you guys already want Cunha out. Already. Why? Was he that bad against Wolves? Or is it the system that's not making him look good? I don't know, guys. Either way, we won today. We won the game. I think as a fan base, we can be happy that we won the game, and we should always be happy when we win. But contextualize things. Understand what happened today won't happen any other day. This is the worst team in the league. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Where are you when it comes to the manager? Who was your man of the match today? I saw they gave it to Mason Mount. I got no complaints. I think Mason Mount had a good game. He was one of the few players that started well and ended well. Mason Mount didn't do this in the game. He didn't have really bad patches. Mason Mount was just tidy, sound. Some of the passing today from him was crisp. His finish today was absolutely beautiful. Nice. And Bruno's flipping assist was great. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Who was your man of the match? Who stood out for you? What was your impression of the game? Where are you with Amorim? Where are you with Ineos? Comment below, share this video, like, and of course, if you're new to the channel, if you like to think deeply about football, subscribe below.